Okay, here we are. This is at CrankShaft Motor Car Club, and this is basically on our facility. We just, it's where guys come in and they can rent the space, you know, a month at a time, work on their project. This is a project of mine. It's a 1990 Chevy half-ton, and it's got the air ride suspension. What I'm wanting to do is put a side tilt bed as opposed to a rear tilt, do something a little different, because basically that was all because I wanted to be able to, you know, appreciate and show off all the work I'm putting in the air ride. So I'll kind of show you. First step you've got to do, number one, is get your bed up. I chose to hang it using one of the Harbor Freight tools, a real inexpensive winch. Hanging it from a chain and then using tie-down straps. Those straps are rated like 500 pounds a piece. Just to give you an idea, here's what I've done is I've removed the fuel tank. You can see your fuel tank filler hose. And the first thing you'll need to do is be sure and remove these clamps. And in order to get this neck off, keep in mind it'll usually rust around the filler portion just naturally. It just builds up with dirt and rust. But you'll have to take a screwdriver in and push it around and loosen it up. And then I also removed off the vent tube as well. So what we've got, in order to remove your bed, try and get the right lighting in here, you need to come up underneath, and you can see here in the back, see right up here, that rear portion has a bolt that goes through it, and there's a bolt that goes through the in the second reinforcement, goes across. So there's one, two, then as you move your way forward, there's a second one right here, and that's a third and a fourth one here at the front. So you can kind of get an idea where you've got one here, and you've got a second one that's at the front. So there's four on each side. That basically holds your entire bed on. Then all you've got to undo, you've got your lights that are going to disconnect from, sorry about that, the connection wire, which is basically hanging right here. So you're just going to disconnect. Now you're ready to pull your bed off. So what I'm going to attempt to do, I'm going to sit the bed down on here, and then I'm going to have to measure on this side of the frame and back here. You can see where I remotely located the battery. So I'm going to put a bracket that's a vertical bracket going straight up on that side, and a vertical bracket that runs straight up here. And then I'm going to put that bracket like a fork on either side of this floor reinforcement. And then I'll put a bolt with a small tubing in the middle, and then a bolt, and that'll act as my hinge. And then I'm going to put basically an actuator right here through the middle that'll push it up. I found like a 1,300 pound actuator, and of course the closer you get to your pivot point, the heavier it's going to get. So you're going to have to take that into account when you decide what you're going to use. I could have used airbags, but it was less expensive, and I figured this one more thing just to do with an actuator. Okay, so that's kind of what we're on the road to do.